How are you, sir?
All right, awesome. I'm doing awesome. I've been just really loving all your material on both Renatus and Cashflow Diaries.
Perfect.
But I'm just digging into all my material. I'm getting my head wrapped around everything, and I've got an opportunity to do a short-term rental in my parents' basement. Now, I don't live there.
Okay.
It's a single-family home, has a separate walk-in,
Okay.
pretty big area. Could probably sleep eight. But it's like a studio, but well, it has a one bedroom, one bath, but the walk score is no good. And I don't know if I want to invest money in building the whole thing out for them, even though it's my parents. I guess it wouldn't go to a waste. Or if I should just take the money or existing capital that I have and go ahead and secure a commercial like lease in an apartment building near Tyson's Corner, Virginia, where I live. And so I've been just kind of playing around with this obstacle in my head. I think I can serve. There's a military base in Lorton, Virginia. That's where my parents are.
Okay.
But just kind of just wanted to hear some feedback. This would
Sure.
be my first unit,
Got it.
and so just wanted some feedback.
Got it. Totally understood. And you're not the only one who's presented with challenges like this. You see you've been, and that's what I love about education, because the true purpose of education, in my opinion, is to train you and I to recognize opportunity, and that's
Yeah.
what just happened. That basement, by the way, what kind of basement sleeps eight people? This is huge. That's like a whole nother house.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's like a 3,000 square foot single family house, and there's just two people living there. The
Wow.
basement's completely vacant.
Wow.
There is a kitchenette that I built there, and so it seems like a good place, but it's just the walk score is no bueno.
Is
So
there a
I just
bathroom?
don't
Is
know.
it bathroom or plumbing
Yeah,
for it?
there's a full bathroom. There's a full kitchen and a bedroom.
And there's parking and a private entrance.
Uh, there is a driveway, but my parents only own one car, so the guest it could park one, and they could also park in front of the house if there's more than one vehicle. So parking shouldn't be an issue.
And there's a private entrance?
Yes, so there's a private entrance, and I'm going to build a fence, but they would have to walk behind the house, which I think is a little sketch. But if I created a lit
Yeah,
like area.
you would have to definitely pay attention. I don't know if you've ever heard me say or mention CPTED before. It's crime prevention through environmental design. Anyway, just look it up. CPTED. Go look it up.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you'll understand some of the more things that you're going to want to do on the external to help make it feel safe as well. Now, with that being said, let me ask probably the really important question. Your parents know that the people that are coming are likely going to be making noise. The quiet basement will no longer be quiet.
Yeah, yeah, and they're just they're completely fine with everything. They're quiet themselves, and but they don't mind. I told them what I would like to do, and I could even maybe give them some extra cash flow, which would help them in their retirement. So I
Yeah.
just felt it would be a win-win
Yeah, no, I'm just
if I
asking
did
all
it
the
right.
questions that I know where the what's the word, hiccups are, because that's what I'm concerned about. So
I
and
would
then
install the noise monitoring thing.
yes,
Sorry.
I'm not. Yeah, I know the noise is easy in the sense that how to monitor it and control it. But my concern is they've gotten used to it being quiet because they spent time with you and they got you out of the house and they probably rejoiced. And then now there's noise again. So you know what I'm saying? That they have to. That's a
Yeah.
consideration. Is all I'm trying to say. Now, with that being said,
Okay.
though, is there internal access from the basement to the main house upstairs?
Yes, but I would change the locks on that
That
door
was
so
my
if the
question. Is
basement comes down
that can be
downstairs.
locked off, correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good, excellent. And then last, I guess the other question is going to be, um, are they willing, or are you going to find an arrangement with them to where they can take the trash out on the appropriate days? I know it sounds crazy, but you're gonna the quantity of trash that they're about to encounter consistently is going to increase,
Hmm.
and that can become an issue. Anytime I've worked in a neighborhood or any of the neighborhoods, and in fact, the majority of the times that you hear complaints and anything that's zoned R1 or like it, it's always noise, trash, and parking. And if you can solve those three things, noise, trash, and parking, then it probably can, you can probably make it work. Now, I hear your point about the walk score, but the walk score is only important relative to whom you're serving. So you mentioned the military, but I guess, but the better question I have is, how close is the nearest hospital? Is it less than 2 miles?
Well, we've got an emergency center, but it's an emergency hospital in the basically right at the entrance of the community. But
okay.
I guess I got to do the research if there's actually like traveling nurses that go in, because I thought about serving traveling nurses, but I don't know if they actually go to that.
Okay, so here's what I would do then. You want to find out what the level of the trauma center, what level it is, because that will help you have an understanding of kind of like, is this are they actually busy enough to support things like what you're talking about? Does that make sense?
Okay.
So if they're not, so and you're asking all the right questions. The question is if someone going to staying in the area where your parents are, what are they going to go do? Why are they coming to the area? And that's really the question. If the only thing though is the military base, then it doesn't mean you don't have a play. It just means you have to have a different expectation, because it might be someone transitioning to the area who needs to stay for 30, 45 days before, say, base housing is available, or maybe they're here on contract temporarily. So I don't think it's a deal killer. I just think who it would serve is going to be different. Does that make sense?
That makes complete sense. The VRE, or the train station, is about a mile away from there as well. So I guess I got to check into who's coming into town.
Where does the train station go?
I think it goes because I'm in Virginia, it goes all the way down to Florida and then back.
Okay, what's the closest major city it stops in?
I don't know. I guess that's some research I have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So these are the questions that I would want to get answered in order to feel solid. Like, okay, this is who we're talking to and where it's going to work. Now, you juxtapose that against Tyson's Corner. I got no questions about that. Just none.
Yeah. But my lease is like $2,500 to $3,000, and I got to see if I can get a corporate lease.
Yeah.
And I've got the business credit, because I've been doing business credit stuff. So I just felt like I'd kind of test waters beforehand. Just wanted to see what you thought about it. My biggest thing was like the whole walk square thing, but I guess.
But
let me do that.
I could say that you're going to spend you're going to quote unquote spend near the same either way you go. The only difference is the commitment. So and that's what I hear. I mean, that's really the difference. The difference is if it goes quote unquote south with your parents' location. One, every Thanksgiving you're going to have to deal with that. And two, the worst case scenario is they've got a great basement now. If it goes south the other way, you've got extra furniture you didn't need, and your commitment is the 12-month lease, or whatever the length of term of the lease that you got. So that's really how it goes, one way or the other, So I'm not pro one or against the other. I think either one is a way to go, and I can make a case for you to start with your parents' house, because again, I'm just thinking really long term. At some point, they're either going to sell it or you're going to inherit it. Either way it goes.
Yeah, I'm going to inherit it.
Something like that's going to happen. So, and even if they sell it, you still inherit what's left. I mean, do you hear where I'm coming from there? So
yep, I'm picking up where you're putting down.
Yeah, so you've got all of those as options. I'm not one or the other. Which one's physically closer to you? Tyson's Corner?
Yeah, I live literally 10 minutes from Tyson's Corner.
Okay, then I would probably do that one. That's literally what it's coming down to. Simply because the amount of work of getting your first one up, and everything that you're gonna forget, and you're gonna get tired of driving back and forth. Ask me how I know.
Okay. I believe me. I know how you know. So, all right.
Cool.
Perfect. Thank you so much for
no problem.
For,
that's what we do.
If you like information like this, go ahead and hit that like button because that tells YouTube that more entrepreneurs see us, and definitely hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that the next time we publish more quality content like this, you can be a part. Thanks.